This is the complete CapCut video editing tutorial for beginners. We're going to step through exactly how to edit videos using CapCut on both iPhone and Android from start to finish, including how to make the most of the cool features and the tools and effects to streamline your video editing process. Hey, it's Justin Brown here from Primal Video, where we help you grow an audience and scale your revenue with online video. If you're seeing value in this video, make sure you're giving it a thumbs up. It really makes a huge difference, and all the links to everything I mentioned in this video, you can find linked in the description box below. Let's jump into it. CapCut is one of the most popular video editing apps for iPhone and Android right now. And while it is created by the company behind TikTok, it's far more than just a TikTok video editor. You can easily use it to create videos on your smartphone for any platform or use case. So in this video, we'll show you exactly how to use it, running through a complete editing process step by step. So by the end, you'll have everything you need to create awesome videos yourself in CapCut. And once we're done, I'll also share with you my top 3 tools to easily level up your videos in CapCut or any video editor. And as we go through, let me know down in the comments, what's your biggest tip for new CapCut users? It could be from this video or something else that you've picked up from having a play around yourself. Now in this video, we're not going to be covering off on every feature. There's a lot of stuff in there, but I am going to show you the key stuff that you need to know to get the most out of the app and to start getting great results as fast as possible. So the process I'm going to take you through here is using the Primal Video method, the most efficient way to edit your videos down with minimal wasted time and rework. I'll share more about that a little bit later in the video, but if you're impatient, there is a direct link in the description to download your free copy now. This is something that you can print out and follow along with on all your future videos you're editing. Okay, so I'm here in CapCut. Now I'm just using an iPad because it's got a bigger screen, but the process is going to be exactly the same on iOS and Android. So you want to tap on New Project, and then you want to select your primary video clip, your main clip. So I'm going to pick this one here, and I'm going to choose Add. Now, if you've got multiple primary clips, then you can select multiples there as well. But for all additional clips, B-roll, overlay, and stuff, we will be adding those a little bit later. So you want to pick your primary footage first. So what CapCut's done now is it's set up our overall video editing project to match that primary clip. So our primary clip in this case was widescreen video, so it's created us here a widescreen timeline. If you want to switch the type of video you're going to make, you want to come down to Format down the bottom, and then you can choose the different types of videos. So it could be a portrait video for TikTok, could be a widescreen video for YouTube, square for Instagram. You got lots of different options in here. So for this video, I'm going to leave it here at 16:9 or widescreen. But what's cool is you can come back here later and save out different versions of your video as well in different formats. So we're going to go back out of this one now. So really quickly for the interface and the layout here up the top where it says 1080p, if we select on that, we can choose the resolution or the quality of the video that we're making. So the default here right now is 1080p and it's suggesting 30 frames per second. The defaults are normally going to be what you want to be using, but you do have the ability to up it to say here 4K or to change the frame rates and things here as well. I'm going to go ahead and leave them at default. The button next to that is the save or export button. We've got our big playback window here in the middle, which is where we can preview our edit. We've got our undo, redo buttons over to the side. We've got our maximize button, which we can press and that will maximize our video to play it back full screen. We've got our editing timeline down the bottom here, which we can just tap to drag across. We can pinch to zoom in and out so that we can see all of our clips in the timeline here. And we've got all of our settings and adjustments in buttons along the bottom. So now that we have our primary footage here in the timeline, I'm going to zoom in. We're going to go across to the start. What we want to do now is go through and remove any of the bad takes, the mistakes, or anything that you don't want to have included in your finished video. And there's a few different ways that we can do this. So just by scrubbing across here, we can see that at the start of the clip, I'm getting ready, little shoulder stretch, and then I start talking here. So we want to remove everything up until this point. So I want to tap on our clip here now to bring up our editing tools. And then down in the bottom left-hand corner here, we've got split. This is going to split our clip at that point, or add a cut in our footage. So we can see now we have 2 clips here. So we can select the first clip and we can press delete down the bottom, and that has removed that first clip for us. So our video now starts just before I start talking. Now if I undo that now by pressing undo here, the other way that we can do this, let's zoom back in on our clip here, is that we can tap to select our clip, and then on the left hand side here we can see we've got this white handle. If we tap and hold on this, we can drag this in to where we want our clip to start. So let's keep dragging it across until about here. So now our clip is going to start at that point. Likewise, with the end of our clip, we can do exactly the same. We can go across to the very end. with our clip selected, we can grab that end handle and we can drag that in to when I finish speaking. Now, one thing to note with CapCut is that it does add this extra little video here at the end. We can remove that just by tapping on it and pressing delete, and that's now gone. So it's a good idea to edit this way so you're actually remembering to remove that piece so that it's not saved out in your finished video. Now, you can actually use a combination of these things as well. So if we go back across here to where I make a mistake, so when I start talking again is where we want to pick this clip up from. So I can add a cut at this point here, selecting our clip, pressing split. Now all of this stuff here in between a take that I want to remove, I can again select this clip, I can grab that handle and we can shorten this back until the end of that last sentence, somewhere around here. So that's the first step here, to go through and to edit everything down, remove all the bad takes, all the mistakes, anything you don't want to have in your end video. You want to go ahead and remove all of those now. Now for me, when I'm filming my videos, I only move on to the next take, the next sentence, the next paragraph, once I'm happy with the last one. This means I can go back through and edit my footage down backwards, always hitting the best take or the one that I want to use last. So this is going to make your editing much faster as well. So once you've done that, the next step is to add in any B-roll or overlay footage. So we can come down the bottom here to the overlay button and press on that and go add an overlay. And here we can choose any graphics, videos, photos, or things that you've got saved on your device. So I'm going to go ahead and add this one first and hit add down the bottom. Sometimes it'll just go through and process the video so that it plays back fine on your device. And we can see that we've now got this additional clip on here. Now, because this clip is sitting on a different layer, we can scale that down just by pinching to zoom on the screen in case we wanted to have it off to one side or something. But in most cases, you'll probably want to make it full screen. So we're just going to scale this up. And then just like any other clip here, we can tap and press and hold on it. We can move it around to where we want the clip to be. We can also trim it down using the same tool. So at the start of the clip, we have those handles here on the left. So we can choose where we want this to start, where we want it to finish. So let's just say that we want it to start about here and play through until we've zoomed in here on that SwitchPod logo there. And we can add a cut in it at this point. And then we can just press delete on that second clip there. Let's go ahead and add in another piece of overlay or B-roll footage here, this one, and choose add. Again, we're going to scale this up to full screen and let's trim it down. So I think from memory, we did 2 attempts on this. There's Caleb Wojcik there with the SwitchPod tripod. So we're going to take the second one. So we want this clip to start about here. And if we play this through, so we'll probably add a cut about here. So with that clip selected, I want to hit split down the bottom. Let me do a little pan around. We could probably remove that. Let's just go to the piece here where he's going to pick it back up. So add another split in our clip here. Let's select that clip in the middle and press delete. So we're left with 2 clips. We've got him putting it down. And then there's another one here with them picking it back up. Now with these as well, you can actually layer them on top of each other as well. So we can pick them up and add them on top of their own B-roll layers. So you can see that you've got me here on screen now. We'll have one B-roll clip that shows up. And we can even cut to another one sitting on top of that if we wanted to as well. So really powerful. So once you've gone through, you've added in all your B-roll and overlay footage. Next up, we're going to add in any titles or text into the video. So let's come back to the start here. Let's go back out of this menu down the bottom left-hand corner. And you can see what's happened to our video layers here. It's actually compressed them now that we're out. So if we look at our B-roll footage, it is still there. We can see with that red line how long it plays for, but it's given us a compressed version of it, a compressed view of it. Now, if we want to get back into that B-roll at any point, we can just tap on it, and it's going to give us our more detailed timeline view. But it's cool that when we back out of this editing mode, that we're just seeing a more compressed version of the timeline. So we're gonna go back to the start of our video here, somewhere around here. We're gonna go down to the text button down the bottom. And in here, we can just add in basic text. If we go add text, and we can create our title from here. So let's go Justin Brown. We can adjust the style here. There's some presets again that we can use. We can apply some effects to this as well. Again, with some presets in here, some cooler looking titles. We can go across to bubble to change how the titles actually look. And there's some animations that we can add in here as well. But in terms of styling this up, if we go back to style, then this is where we can change up things in more detail, like the color of the text, the stroke, the background, the shadow. We can also adjust the different fonts and things across here as well. Lots of different ones to choose from, all to make it match your brand. And so in terms of scaling or repositioning it, we can just pick it up and move it around on the screen. We can also adjust the size up and down. And once you're happy with how it looks, you can come over to the animation area and we can add an in animation. So how it's going to come onto the screen. So we could just have a blur for it to appear or a wave in. Well, there's lots of different animations and things in here we can use. And you can also then pick an animation for it to animate out or to disappear from your screen as well. So I'm going to go back to bubble here. I'm going to remove that background. I'm going to go back to style. I'm going to pick something a bit more Primal Video style. So text with a box behind it. I'm then going to come down to the background color. Let's choose a blue that's similar to Primal Video blue, and we might just adjust the size and bring it down a little bit. So you can see how much you can customize in here. So we're gonna hit the little tick to apply that, and we now have a title layer here with an effect, bringing it on screen and disappearing afterwards. And just like any other clip, we can press and hold on it, we can move it around, we can tap on it, we can extend it out or shorten how long it's going to be on screen for. All of this is really, really easy. And now if we go back out of this menu here, the other option you have is that there is full-on templates in here for text. So if we press here, the next one across, text template, there's a lot of other fancier titles and animations and things in here that you can use as well. And you can save them as favorites so that you don't need to go and find them every time you want to use them. You've also got templates in here for timers and clocks, as well as subtitles that you can add to your videos as well. So if we hit the little arrow down the bottom left to get back out of this now we can see on our timeline here that we have that orange line now. That is just showing us that we do have a title added at that point. And if at any time we want to edit where that is, we can come back to the text area by pressing T down the bottom, and we have access to edit down our titles and move them around. So you want to go through and add in any text or titles into your videos at this point. Once that's done, it's now time to add in any transitions or effects onto your footage. Now there's a couple of different ways to do this, whether you're going to be applying it to your main primary footage or to your B-roll overlay footage. So we'll start off with the B-roll first. So let's say that I'm talking to camera here and we want to bring up this shot that we've got there, but we don't just want it to hard cut on, we want it to animate in. So we're going to press on that clip there to open up our B-roll footage. And then we're going to make sure that that clip is selected by tapping on it. And down the bottom, we can see the animation button. So if you press on that, again, we can choose an in animation and an out animation. So let's say that we want it to animate in onto screen. We're going to press in, and then we've got, again, a lot of presets and templates in here of transitions and effects that we can use. So there's simple ones like a fade, where if we play that through again, it's going to fade that clip on screen, and we can adjust how long that fade is going to go over. You can see that blue line there filling out. That's the length of the transition. So 1.3 seconds, it's a slow fade in, or we could use fancier titles like a spin in or a mini zoom. So there's lots in here to choose from. One that doesn't look too bad is this zoom 2 at the end. It's kind of like a zoom in. Maybe if we make it a little bit quicker, let's just see what that looks like. So we've got that subtle zoom, it's just a bit of polish instead of it just being a hard cut on. So if we hit the little tick to apply that, then that's now applied to our clip. So that's how we can add an in and out transition. There's also a different type of transition. If we come across this next clip here and I scrub through it, we can see that we've got Caleb that's opening the switch pod, putting it down, moving his hand away. There's not a lot of movement in that shot, but if we select it and come down to animation, we can choose a combo effect. There's lots of different ones in here again to choose from, different types of movements we can add in. Okay, that's a bit crazy. Let's not go with that one. But something like these bounce ones here. So you can see we've now got extra camera movement in there where it's kind of rotated on the way in. So if we play through this a bit slower so you can see it, it's rotated as the transition into this clip and it's added some extra movement onto it. So it's pretty cool. Again, these things you just tap to apply them to your clip to add a next level of polish or movement to your videos. So I'm going to hit the tick to apply that one. Now to add transition and effects to our primary video layer here, you can see we've got two clips here. So we want to add an effect between them. We can just hit the little white marker between them, and that's going to let us apply a transition in there. And again, there's lots of different ones that you can choose from. A lot of these could potentially cheapen the quality of the video that you're producing. So don't go overboard with these. Things like a white flash or a dip to black, a black fade, are normally ones that I would be looking for. Just something subtle enough to break up your shots. But I would only be using these where the shots are different. In our case here, where it's a shot of me talking, followed by another shot of me talking, I wouldn't apply a transition between the two. Instead, what I would do is zoom in on one of the shots so that they looked a little bit different. So if I just select the second shot here, and then up in the top, I can pinch to zoom to make it bigger. So we've zoomed in on it a little bit. I then want to move it down a little bit so that the framing is still similar. Now if we scrub between them, we've got the first shot here, then where there is a cut, it's now zoomed in a little bit. So it's just changed it up a little bit for the viewers. It's a subtle effect, a subtle transition between the two, instead of having a full-on fade or a flash or anything like that. So this is what we do in our YouTube videos. So that's how you can easily add and create different transitions between your clips, but you can also add in effects in CapCut as well. So if we come down the bottom here to effects and then video effects, this is another area where there is just tons of effects and things that you can add to your videos in here too. So let's try collision sparks or metamorphosis. Again, not something I'd normally use for our videos, but there's a lot of options in here. And even having things in here like glowing lines to be able to really add some quite unique effects and things that would take typically a long time to create these effects in software like After Effects. You just tap a button in here. You can even make adjustments to them and apply them really, really simply. But one thing that really stood out for me was the background removal effect. So if I just select a clip to show you, come down to remove background, it's going to go and analyze the clip and take out the entire background. And it does a really good job. Again, we can then scale this up, pick it up, move it around. But this is the background that we're removing. There's a lot going on, a lot of different lights and colors and things, and it's done a really good job at cutting this out. So again, it's pretty awesome having these tools and effects and things in here to allow you to get super creative with your videos. I'm going to go ahead and undo that one now. Now, in terms of speeding up or slowing down your clips, if you select the clip that you want to adjust, you can then come down the bottom here to speed. And then if you select normal, you can just increase the speed or slow it down from there. Or if you select curve, you can have more control over the speed adjustments as you go. And the other standout feature for me is if you've got a clip selected and you want to stabilize it, you can come across here to stabilize, and it's going to do a great job of stabilizing and taking out any camera shake in your videos. Okay, so rounding out this step, you just want to go through and add in any transitions or any effects, any speed adjustments to your videos at this point. Once that's done, next up, we're going to add in any audio or sound effects into our video. So we can go back to the start, and it says here, add audio. So we can just tap on the screen at that point, and then we can pick sounds or effects that are on our device, or we're able to record a voiceover in here as well. So I'm going to go ahead and press sounds. So in here, there's lots of different music tracks that CapCut gives you access to. Personally, I like to use music that I've purchased through Artlist or Epidemic Sound so that I know that I'm covered with licensing wherever I'm going to use the videos. So if you've already got music saved on your device, then you can find it under your sounds and then hit from device. But for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to grab an audio track here from the app. This one here, Autumn Breeze. That sounds delightful. Let's press download on that one. It's going to play the audio track. I'm going to hit the plus to add it into our timeline. And we can see now we've got our music track in there. Just like any other clip, we can tap on it. We can adjust the start if we want it to start a little bit later. Likewise with the end, we want to make sure that our audio track is finishing when our video finishes. So we can add a cut in our timeline, and we can delete the rest of that clip. So once you've gone through and added in your music or your sound effects, the next step is to set all of your volume levels. Now, CapCut does do a really good job of setting your primary footage, setting the volume levels correct on that. But you can come in on a clip by clip basis and make adjustments to that if you need to. So if you select your clip, you can come down here to volume and you can make it louder or quieter from here. But again, I personally haven't found that I need to make any adjustments to the primary footage in here. But if you want more control over your audio, then with your clip selected, you can also extract your audio. So you can see now we have extracted audio down the bottom, and this is the audio piece from our video clip. So if I wanted to make edits to the audio separate from the video, then you have that ability here in CapCut too. So once you've gone through and you've set the volume levels on your primary audio track, next you're going to adjust the music track as well. So you want to select your music track, come down to volume. Now for us, we find that down around the 27 to 30 mark is the sweet spot for volume, again, depending on the audio track, so that it's not too loud that you can still hear what I'm saying in our videos, but that you can still hear that there's music playing as well. So when you're setting these volume levels adjustments, I would suggest that you're doing it with headphones on or headphones connected so that you can really hear what this is going to sound like. So once you're happy with that, just hit the tick and that is going to apply to your audio track too. Now, while you've got your audio track selected, you can also add in a fade as well. So you can specify the fade duration here. Let's go 2 seconds on the start and let's not have one on the end. And we can see there now that our audio fades in, we've got that little diagram of that on screen. Once you've got your music and your volume levels sorted, next up we're going to color grade or adjust the colors in our video too. Now in here we can do it on an individual video clip by video clip basis, or we can actually apply a filter or a look across our entire edit. So with nothing selected, you can come down the bottom to filters, and there are filters in here that you can apply. Think of these like Instagram filters, where if there is something that matches the look and feel that you're after, then you can definitely just run with that. So let's say, for instance, that we're going to run with autumn. We could hit the tick down the bottom, and we have another clip here, which is our filter clip or our effect clip, which we can say which piece of the video is going to be covered or affected by this filter. So if we stretch this out across the entire video, then that effect is going to be applied across our entire video. So that's the filters side of things. I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And if we go back out of this, instead of adding a filter this time with no clips selected, we can come down the bottom here to adjust, and we can go in and we can manually adjust and create our own filter or our own look. So where I'd start with this is I'd be starting with exposure to make sure that our shot is bright enough. So you might want to brighten this up or darken it down depending on your shot. From there, I jump across to the shadows. So we're able to make adjustments to the dark area of the shot. So you see I can brighten those up or I can darken them down. Then if I want to tweak that further, I'd come over to contrast. I would adjust that slightly. I'd then be looking at the color temperature. We can make the shot cooler or we can make it warmer with this slider here. So this will correct the white balance in your camera if it wasn't set correctly when you recorded your video. And depending on the shot from there, I'd probably also then look at the saturation and maybe boost that up a little bit. You don't want to go too far, you look sunburned. Just up a little bit to boost some of the colors. Once you're done, you can hit the tick down the bottom. And again, this was the before, this is the after, and we can then stretch this clip out across the entire timeline so that it's applied to all of our video. Now the other option instead was to do it on a clip by clip basis where we're selecting a video clip, coming down the bottom here to filters or adjustments. We've got the same control and the same settings in here as well. So once you've finished that, the next step is to save out your video. So you want to hit up in the top right hand corner, the little up arrow. That's going to go ahead and it's going to save your video for you using the optimal settings based on that primary footage that you imported first up when you were editing your video. From there, you can save your video out with the links there on screen, or you can hit on other and choose to save your video to files or to save your video into the photos area of your device as well. When you're done, just hit done up the top and you're taken back to the home screen. Now, once this is finished, I'd strongly recommend that you are playing back your video, just checking that it looks good, sounds the way that you want. Again, ideally with headphones on, so you're getting a true experience of what you've created, and then coming back in and fixing up anything you want to change. So that's how easy it is to edit in CapCut. Now, earlier in the video, I said I'd share with you 3 tools to help you level up your video creation in any video editing software. Tool number 1 is to use stock footage in your videos. There's amazing services out there like Storyblocks and Artgrid that make it really easy for you to find additional footage, additional B-roll that you can use in your videos to help keep your viewers engaged, to help them understand what it is that you're talking about, and to help you make your videos more interesting without the need for you to go out and to shoot everything yourself. Tool number 2 is to use animated graphics, animated video intros and titles in your videos to again help you create more engaging, more professional looking videos. Our number 1 service right now to help you do this is Placeit. It's amazing. It's incredibly cheap and it will allow you to create some really awesome looking graphics and animations and titles and things to use in your videos really quickly and easily. Now we've got a dedicated video showing you just how powerful and easy Placeit is to use, and I'll link that in the description below. And number 3 is to use stock music or copyright free music in your videos. Music is a super powerful storytelling tool that will help you tell your viewers how they should be feeling while they're consuming your content. And this is where it's really important to use the right music tracks that will match the feeling that you want your viewers to have while they're watching your video. This is going to help them stick around longer and actually consume what it is you're telling them. Now, in terms of recommended places to grab music, right now we get ours from Artlist and Epidemic Sound. And again, I've got a full breakdown on both of those in a video, which I will link in the description below. So now that you know how to edit in CapCut, you've got your stock footage, your animated intros, and your stock music sorted, don't forget to grab your copy of the Primal Video Method, the process that we talked you through to edit faster in this video. You can download your free copy using the link on screen. You can print it out and you can use it with any video editing app or program, knowing then that you're using the most optimized process. So don't forget to grab your copy with the link on screen, and I will see you in the next video.